Okay, so on my main channel I uploaded a video on how to rip Super Mario 64 models and stuff. And so, if you rip the models yourself or use a bad rip, you may have a lot of issues. So in the description I'll have a zip file containing good rips, but even those rips aren't perfect. So I have like something with, I have a rip right here with pretty much all of the issues. It's the first floor of the castle. There's one issue that this doesn't have, which I will cause just to show you the fix. So I open up Blender 2.79, I'm using 2.79 because you don't want to see the performance 2.9 has when I am recording. So just go File, Import, and then if I import it, boom, immediately a couple issues. First of all, this is a .day. Don't use .days if possible. Now, you should almost always use an OBJ because it just generally works better in my experience. But .days are used for stuff like Mario because .days can handle vertex colors, whereas OBJs can't. But OBJs don't break like days do. So the immediate first issue is, one, there's no textures. So let's go to solve. Set it to texture. Wow. None of the textures are loaded. And also, it's extremely large. So to fix the texture issue, just export it, go boop boop. I'm just gonna rename it model. Just export it as an OBJ, delete the day, and then, oops, no, don't import day. And then import the OBJ, so now if you go to texture, now the texture actually loads. So, let's fix the obvious issue of it's being too big. So, press A to unhighlight anything, press A again to highlight everything, and then this is scaled up times 500, so press S.002. The reason it's scaled up 500 is because when you import a model, the default size to scale it up is 500, so that way in game you can actually see it, and so that way it's not gigantic when you're modeling. So, another issue. Every single texture is its own object. So next you have to join all these objects. So press A again to unhighlight everything, press A to highlight everything, and then press Control J. And so next, there's another issue, 3,197 vertices. There is not that much. Not even close. So now that everything is joined, open up edit mode, highlight every vertice, and then press W, which in the newest versions is right click, then click remove doubles. Bam, 1,402 removed. And because of that, modeling is a lot easier. So yep, right here, here's a good example, I think. Oh, yep, here's a great example. Now, Mario 64, I'm going to give the developers the benefit of the doubt because it was 1996. But there is a lot of Z-fighting. If you don't know, Z-fighting is basically when there's two lines in the exact same spot and they're fighting. Like you can, okay, they're not this, but like you can see that the ground and this wall are different objects because when I move it, it doesn't move with it, unlike right there where it does. So to fix this, honestly, the easiest way is to just delete the object. Okay, maybe not right there, but like the easiest way generally, in my experience, is to just delete the object and just not the object, like delete the face and just refill it, But you're gonna have to do that for the entire model if you're really wanting to. And so the next issue, we just do this. Okay, so now this isn't in every model, so when you import it in game, so if I just export it and then open up visual map, load, desktop, it's like that's forward, model to OBJ, model preview. Okay, so it's not showing up right now. Oh, yep, here we go. You see on the inside, it looks weird, but on the outside, it looks perfectly okay. So, it looks completely different in other maps. So basically, all of the faces are flipped inside out. So to do this, just highlight everything once again, and then go to shading/UV, and press flip direction. And so, say if it's only the floor that's like that, you have to select the floor individually and then go to flip. Since in this case, every single face is the issue, you have to do that. So now if I go and create, not a sun, suns are annoying. If I create a point, you can see lighting acts as you would imagine it should. Whereas if I cause the issue again, just go into shading UV, flip direction, oops, and then go to create point. You see now when I put the point underneath the ground, that's when it starts to get lit up. And when I put it, like, that's not how light works in the real world. That's not how it should work in the model. So just go shading UV, shading, flip direction, export, and so now model should be good for use. So we go model preview. It looks bad on the outside, but you're not going to be on the outside, so it doesn't matter. If we go on the inside, you can see much better. Much better. And oh no, some of the textures are flipped. Well, that's just an issue with, I'm pretty sure that's just an issue with the model preview. So if we go add area, model to OBJ, convert model, area editor. Yeah, it's just an issue with the model preview. You can see in the level editor, the textures aren't flipped. So if you're having that issue with the model preview, like, oh no, the textures are flipped, go into the level editor before going back into Blender. And so, yeah, there's pretty much how to fix it. There's still some parts, like the sun carpet here is a great example of Z-fighting, where, yeah, Mario 64 has a lot of this. How do you fix this? Well, this is the same way how do you fix normal Z-fighting. No, not that. You separate them. Look at the, okay, so look at the tiny millimeters difference, and like they're not even close to being connected. But the Z-fighting is fixed. But oh no, you can see through it. Yeah, this is just something you have to prevent. I don't know. I don't really know if the bricks right here are part of the model or what. But yeah, you see, for some reason this texture is making it see-through. I don't know. This is just something that you can't. You shouldn't have this issue if you don't rip, and if you do, you should be able to see, like, oh no, I don't really know how to describe the issue, but I don't believe that will show up like that in game. No, I don't think so. So yeah, that's how you fix bad rips. And yeah, so I probably should say this though. Don't make terrible ROM hacks that are just vanilla edits. Those are bad.